If you've been floating around in the Nerf community the last couple of days, you've probably seen a picture of this. And it looks really freaking sweet, but chances are you actually might have missed the coolest thing about this blaster because Worker didn't really show it off. Is that a freaking screen on my blaster? Welcome back, Fuzzlers. I'm Walcom S7, and today I gotta do a video on a thing that I'm extremely hyped about. Now, I have no real working relationship with Worker Toys. I send them money, they give me things. That's kind of how our relationship works, and you know what? Right now, I'm pretty cool with that. But hey, Worker, if this video does well enough for you to rationalize sending me a couple of these, please do. But they did actually send me this blaster. In fact, I think this is the first thing that Worker themselves have ever actually sent me. They gave me a discount, I didn't get it for free, but it was still really cool of them. And despite all the problems with this Worker Phoenix here, I still really liked it. In fact, a lot of you still really liked it because it was a change of form for Worker. It was a blaster they made that out of the box was ready to go. You just slapped a LiPo battery in it and you could use it, and it hit pretty hard and fired not fast enough, but fast enough for most people. And it looked okay, and the ergonomics were okay, but obviously, when I said that this thing looked like it was unfinished, Worker agreed because they revealed this thing. Yeah, it's the second time I'm showing that picture and I can't get enough of it. Holy crap. Be careful about who you call ugly in middle school. This is the Worker Phoenix 2.0, and it's a complete reimagining and yet still the same blaster kind of rendition of the Worker Phoenix. I can't tell if my comments about it looking like an MP7 were really taken to heart or not, because this thing's like some kind of space futuristic Nerf MP7. It looks phenomenally good. Now, I was really hoping with the Phoenix 2.0 that the grip that you see up front was actually something that could pivot, and it almost looks like it could in some pictures. Others, it just looks like it can be removed, but I'm really hoping it folds up, but maybe it doesn't. Hopefully it does, because it would be kind of hard to have this slung somewhere on your body with a gigantic grip sticking out the front of it. But every single aesthetic on this thing looks amazing. It's now completely symmetrical. I don't know what flywheel system it uses, but obviously we don't have anything to scale in these rendered images, but the blaster itself is supposed to come out in November. Maybe not around the world, but I guess it's supposed to launch in China in November. It's got an integrated stock by the looks of it. It basically does away with all the N-Strike rail attachment points, because let's face it, you don't really need them at this point, but still has Picatinny rail and everything you know and love, and it does come with what appears to be either a orange or a gray muzzle piece. I'm hoping it's mostly the orange and they just did the gray because maybe local markets like that. But around the world, we need to have the orange muzzle pieces on our blasters because they kind of look like firearms otherwise. And this does kind of look pretty firearmy, especially when you go to this color scheme. That's pretty firearmy. And yes, it is mag in grip fed, which is an absolutely amazing design that still really hasn't been executed all that perfectly. I am going to be doing a video on a bunch of in-grip mag-fed blasters in the near future, so make sure you appease that algorithmic beast by hitting it with a like and a subscribe and ringing the bell and all that fun stuff to help the channel grow, help the hobby grow, and make sure you don't miss this upcoming video because you're going to want to see it. But it does look like it's a lot more ergonomic than the original Worker Phoenix, which is a very good thing, and hopefully, since they realize they're using such stronger plastics than our 3D printed stuff, they can make that grip a heck of a lot thinner. I'm really pulling for Worker on this one because the grip was one of the biggest problems about the original Phoenix and is a problem with in-grip mag-fed blasters in general. But there's something else about the Worker Phoenix 2.0 that really has me excited beyond all belief. And I'm honestly amazed it took Worker this long to do something like this, but not only are they completely revamping their actual design style, not only are they willing to go back and make older blasters, older concepts even better, which I absolutely applaud them for, but we finally have something that has been sorely missing from things like the Swordfish and the Dominator. Two blasters that look like they were supposed to have some kind of thing that you could add to them that was apparently just never released. And I don't know if this product will work in those situations. I kind of doubt it, but it also gives me some hope because there's a brain to this blaster. Now, I I don't know what the actual motor setups or anything in this blaster are, and honestly, I didn't ask. Most of the information, I just try to get a little bit of stuff from Worker so they didn't have to push their hand too hard, but to give me something to do a video about and get more excited. Yeah, this blaster has a brain, and you know what that means. This thing has the option, and apparently is an upgradable option for the blaster, that gives it the ability to have select fire. It automatically breaks the motors, and it has apparently instant spin up and spin down, according to what Worker has told me. And the select fire is like 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, whatever you want shot, full auto, and apparently even has some programmable features because you can actually change how fast the motors spin up on the flywheels, which means you can change the velocity, something that has been sorely missing from most blasters. If you're gonna make a high-end hobby blaster that hits, 150 to 200 FPS, it's not a bad idea to have some option on the blaster for us to turn down the performance when we choose. Not every single game is gonna be designed to allow us to use that kind of power, so it's a good feature to have. That way we can have one blaster that does everything instead of having one blaster for each individual FPS cap. And this has me hyped beyond all belief. Now, the major question is price. What is this blaster going to cost people? And they gave me a roundabout number, and I don't know if this includes the upgrade or not, but kind of makes sense because the original Worker Phoenix was about $150. In fact, I think OutofDarts.com has them on sale right now. I'll have a link in the description below if you still want to pick up an original Worker Phoenix. But the Phoenix 2.0, at least from what they told me, their estimated price is going to be about $180 to $200 US. If it has all of these features and can still hit like 180 FPS, and they did say that it had different flywheels and stuff in it, so hopefully it hits even harder than the original Phoenix did, because that was not a very good flywheel setup at all. Yes, it hit hard, but it could hit that hard with a single stage, let alone with the triple stage that it has. That'd be phenomenal. That would be absolutely amazing, and it would be practically a must-have blaster for every scenario. I am super hyped. I'm not only hyped for one of them, but this will be a blaster I will absolutely have to have 2 of. Yes, it's gonna be expensive, but there's no way this is gonna be worth it unless something is catastrophically wrong with this design. And honestly, recently, in my opinion, Worker's been hitting it out of the park. The Worker Swift is a freaking phenomenal blaster, and I highly recommend everybody who really likes their Nexus Pros check out the Worker Swift, because that's your next stopping point in like high-end competition grade Nerf blasters. I mean, these things can hit upwards of 250 FPS for around like $200, and you can easily swap out barrels and springs with one single tool that's located on the blaster to change that FPS to whatever you need it to. I really love the direction Worker's going by now, but my main question, my last question, if you happen to be watching this, Worker, are we gonna see any design changes for the Cheetah? Because I absolutely freaking love the Cheetah. In fact, I'm surprised I haven't done a video. I'm gonna have to get that video done really soon, but the Cheetah 2.0, I'm really hoping we get a 3.0 that has some better ergonomics and stuff on it, because it is freaking fantastic. But that's all I've got for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Chances are if you got to the end, you like what I do here, so please hit like, get subscribed, do all the stuff, because I've got a lot more content coming for you. In fact, I've uploaded 4 videos previous to this one in the last couple of days, so you might want to go check this out if you missed them, including one where I happened to break a blaster over my knee. I'm AllCalmS7, thank you once again, and of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different video.
You gotta